Morning guys. Today is Earth Day, so the practice today will honour that. We're going to start in a posture that I think always connects us to the earth, to those qualities of grounding. So we'll start in child's pose, providing it makes sense for your body. Should it not make sense, should it be uncomfortable for your knees maybe, or your feet, your ankles, you can start prone, laying flat on your belly, or if that doesn't work, maybe semi-supine, just laying on your back. We want to be close to the ground, we want to be connected to the earth. So choose a place that will be good for you. If you're coming into child's pose, tease your way in to child's pose, a little bit of patience. Especially if, like me, you're doing this very early in the day. Your head rests all the way down. You can use a blanket, you can use a block, you can stack your hands, or you can let your head drop down and onto the floor. And we're going to be here for a moment or two. So after the first few breaths, you might find that there's benefit in just kind of lifting again and teasing out a little more space, and then easing your way back in to your child's pose. And I'm just going to ask you to stay there for now. So your forehead's on the floor, you're connecting to the ground through the palms of your hands, through the front of your head, your forehead. Your eyes are closed. You maybe feel that really slow pulse of energy that comes from the earth. The earth vibration is the slowest of all of the element vibrations. So we honor that in this practice by moving a really slow, steady and patient pace. And today maybe we bring more contemplation into our practice. As we develop our practice and our connection to yoga deepens, and we understand that yoga expands way beyond these four corners, way beyond the edges of our yoga mat. The qualities, the contemplations, the study that we practice here becomes part of our everyday thoughts and actions. The very first aspect of the first limb of yoga, ahimsa, non-harming, captured my attention 20 plus years ago. And there's not a day that I don't think about my role in non-harming. So I think today of all days, maybe we can contemplate ways in which we can reduce the harm that we do to our earth. So lengthening your breath, taking long inhalations, long exhalations, letting go of your stresses and your tension as you exhale in your child's pose, breathing into your back, feeling the weight release down, giving to gravity as you exhale. Maybe we can also contemplate ways in which we can offer gratitude, ways in which we can give back to the earth. Mother Earth nurtures and nourishes and sustains us, despite our tendencies to maybe take more from her than we need. And that's something that we can maybe start to address. when you feel that you're ready, you can bring yourself slowly up from your child's pose. And again, only if it's comfortable for you, into a version of Varasana. So if you drop down comfortably between your feet, this is fine. Most of us find it more comfortable if we use a block here, maybe just to take a little of the pressure off. If this isn't comfortable, cross your legs, pop your legs out in front of you. Find a place where it feels good for you. Rest your hands on your thighs. And feel the rise of the inhalation. And releasing down through your sit bones and into the earth as you exhale. Feel that each exhalation deepens your roots. Certainly today would be a good day to take the practice outside if that's possible for you. When you feel ready and connected, you can bring your hands in front of your heart and set your intention here. Make your offering. So for ahimsa, for non-harm, maybe more than that, a way in which you can give back, a way in which you can nurture the earth. You have your intention clear in your mind space. You can connect that intention to your head, bring it all the way down into your heart, and take a bow forward towards the earth. When you're ready, you bring yourself slowly up. If you're using a block, you can take the block away. And you can bring yourself onto your hands and knees. So you come into tabletop pose. And feel your connection here to the ground through your hands, spread out your fingers, through your toes. You feel the way the earth, the ground supports you here, and then you start to move. You exhale and you round your back, so you draw your tail under, your navel moves towards your spine, your head bows down, you look in towards your center. You stay here for your inhale. Bring the space of the inhalation into your back. And then exhale and move the other way. So you arch your back, you open your frontal space. You close your eyes here and you just feel the way the energy is moving from the ground up. You inhale here. And then you repeat. You exhale, the tail under. You stay here, you inhale, nice steady pace. exhale. And stay here, inhale. Good, exhale. Take your child's pose again. You sit back towards your heels. Reach out, lengthen, drop your forehead to the floor. Inhale. And exhale. You can maybe think here about ways in which the earth supports us, just physically, but in the things that are provided for us. Or materials and fuels and food. And then when you're ready, you bring yourself up again onto your hands and knees. And again, just find the foundation, connect down through the earth. And then when you're ready, open up, keep your left hand rooted, but let your right arm reach up for the sky. So you feel that kind of connection, heaven and earth, all the way through. And then slowly come down on your exhale and go the other way. So root down into the right hand, let the left hand come all the way up. And then slowly down, exhale. Let's do one more to each side. So you inhale here. Exhale down. And again. Yeah. And exhale down. And then just one more time, drop back and into your child's pose. Remember to lengthen, draw your ribs forward, under your thighs, rest your head down and really let the weight of the head drop into the floor. Take again another breath or two here. Child's pose. You feel that you release through your exhales, that you're just softening and dropping, that the ground is absorbing your tension, your stress, anything you need to let go of. And notice how you feel when you're connected to the earth. How we feel steadier, we feel more stable when we're connected to the earth, when we're connected to the root chakra, the Muladhara chakra. One more inhale. And a long exhale. And then back up and onto your hands and knees again, so tabletop pose. And thinking about rising up and coming into your first downward facing dog today. So root into your toes, spread out your hands. When you're ready, exhale down. Feel the energy rebound and rise and lift and find your way into downward facing dog. Now we want to really connect through our feet here, so you can pedal, go slowly remember, but pedal your feet, mobilize the energy in your feet. It's through our feet predominantly that we feel our connection to the earth. It's great if you can sometimes kick your shoes off when you're outside, when you're on the beach, when you're in the woods, and just really feel into your feet a little bit more. Any movement here is fine, so whatever you need, just to find your feet. Moving the energy. Close your eyes and just do what feels good for you. You take another breath here. All four corners of your dog root down. Let the heels deepen. Let the fingers spread out as if you're again deepening your roots. And then When you're ready, you can walk your feet forward towards your hands so that you bring yourself into Uttanasana. So the feet are about hip distance apart. If you need to modify, you can lean on your thighs. If it's okay for you to drop all the way down, you can release your spine, weight of your head. Just allow yourself here to feel the tug of gravity releasing your neck, your spine. Take another long inhale and a long exhale. When you're ready, you press your feet. You feel when you press into your heels, the way your femurs, your thigh bones, they install in your pelvis and the energy starts to rise. Then you slowly roll yourself up to standing. And come into your Tadasana, your mountain pose. So this is a real earthy posture. We feel stable here, we feel grounded. You take a breath or two, maybe close your eyes and imagine yourself in the place where you feel most connected to the earth. Your hands come in front of your heart. And again, just noticing the way the earth supports you. And then coming onto your toe roots, so lifting the heels, keeping the tail drawn down, the abdomen in, but lifting the heels, letting them float up. Finding your balance. Releasing your heels down. Letting the toes spread out again. So again, you spread out your roots, you deepen your roots. And then on your inhale, keeping the pace steady, you inhale, you come all the way up. You exhale, you fall forward. Take the exhalation all the way to completion. And then inhale, lift your heart, bring your breastbone forward. Exhale, releasing down again. Ease out your neck, and then inhale again, feel the anchoring down into your feet, root down, roll up. And just exhale back into your mountain pose. Again, inhale, come up. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, then out, step back for warrior one with your right foot. So you drop your right heel down, you square your left hip back, and you just stabilize here for a moment. So take a long exhale all the way down, send it right into the roots. And then when you're ready, you come up very slowly into just an easy warrior one pose. So we drop down, you hug to the back of your right hip with your buttocks muscles on the right side to keep the tail drawing down, to keep the lower back space open. You lift through your frontal space. And maybe you close your eyes here for a moment or two. Let your feet really speak to the ground. You feel again that conversation between your feet and your center, your feet in the earth. And take one more breath. Good. When you're ready, you place the hands down and you step back into downward facing dog. And then when you're ready, you ripple forward and into plank. Feel free to modify this if you need to. So you can pop your knees down, you can come straight down to prone. You hover here for a moment, nice and strong. And again, you feel that standing down into the ground brings power up and into the rest of your body. You lower down. A prone position here. Now reach back your legs, reach forward with your arms and just come on to your fingertips so that the wrists and the palms of the hands, so you kind of have like tented hands here. Reach the legs back and then lift the heart, draw the breastbone forward, but keep those fingertips on the floor. At the same time, see if you can lift the legs and reach back, just charging your back lines. And if it feels easy for you, you can float the fingertips up there for a moment or two. Releasing from here and coming back into your downward facing dog. So take your own time, and if you need a child's pose before your downward facing dog, feel free to take it. Nice long breath. All four corners are rooted. When you're ready, you bring your feet forward towards your hands. Nice small steps are fine. You lift your heart, you lengthen, so bring the breastbone forward and exhale and into your fold. When you're ready, press the feet and roll up. You come back to your Tadasana with your hands in front of your heart. You release your tail down. And then you begin again. So we inhale, we come up. Exhale, and you bow to the earth. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale your left leg back. And here again, you just take your time, find your foundation, drop your left heel down. Square your right hip back. Really feel those connections through your feet. When you feel that you're anchored, you bring yourself slowly up. The tail draws down. Strong line of energy all the way through your back leg and dropping down into the heel. The frontal space lifts and opens. When you're ready, you close your eyes. Again, you feel the way that closing your eyes just really awakens the connection through the feet. One more breath. Releasing the hands down. When you're ready, back into downward facing dog. And then ripple forward and into your plank. Modify if you need to. Nice strong lines. Coming all the way down. Elbows stay in, so you brush your side ribs with your inner elbows. You find that lovely long prone position again. So you come onto your fingertips. Reach back your legs. Lift your heart, lengthen. Really charge and power your legs. Draw the heart forward. The legs rise. Try and spread the toes as if you're firing out energy through your toes. If it feels okay for you, you can take the hands up as well. Releasing when it feels like enough, and transitioning back into downward facing dog, taking a child's pose if you feel that you need to release your back. One more breath. And then slow transition forward, lift the heart and lengthen, so there's an Urdhva Uttanasana here, breastbone moves forward, and then exhale, surrender down, release the neck, rolling up when you feel ready. You come back to your Tadasana, your mountain pose, and see how you feel here. We'll stand on the left foot and take the right foot away from the floor. Now, if you feel wobbly, be here, just with your foot slightly off the floor, this is fine. If it feels okay for you, you can come further, bring the knee in line with your pelvis so that your thigh is parallel to the floor. And if that feels okay, you could open out and into a tree pose. So tree pose, Vrksasana, it's a real earth posture, a real earth element posture. You need to put down the roots through your left foot. So you spread out your toes, you keep your big toe root really anchoring down. You draw your right knee back, you draw your tail down. You feel the front of your pelvis open. You just take a breath or two here again. It's a real calming posture. It's feeling that even with all of the things that are going on in the world around us at the moment, we can still connect to earth and hold ourselves steady. When you're ready, your right leg steps back and you're looking for warrior two. So those toes turn out a few degrees and you square your pelvis towards the front edge of your mat. Doesn't have to be a deep posture. Just feel the feet, let the sit bones drop down, let the front of the pelvis open. You may or may not like to extend your arms. Just be sure if you're working with your arms as well that you're not bringing tension into your shoulders. Try and make sure that your spine is vertical. Your gaze is steady, or again you could close your eyes for a moment. Just really reaffirm the connection through your feet. And when it's enough, you bring yourself up, you turn both feet parallel. You bring your hands into your hip creases, you lift your heart, inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Now you're coming into Prasarita Padottanasana. So the crown of your head is moving towards the floor. The hands drop, ideally in line with your feet here, so that the heels of your hands align with the heels of your feet. But most importantly, you're just feeling your connection to the ground. So if your hands need to be slightly further forward, that's okay. You drop down into the crown of your head. Soften your knees. Press the heels and feel the way the energy moves from your heels up and into your sit bones. So you feel again that sort of rebound energy, that connection to the earth. Coming up through the legs. Take one more breath. When you're ready, you lift your head, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips and really feel the feet, bend the knees a little bit. Now I love this feeling here. As you inhale, press the feet and feel the energy rising. So you come up without any stress in your back. Turn the toes out a few degrees. And drop down into your sit bones. Now try not to lean the chest forward and stick the butt back here, but drop down. Again, go just as deeply as you feel is appropriate for you. You don't feel stress or strain, just a bit of strength in your legs. You can, the hands in front of your heart. And one more breath. Perfect. When you're ready, bring yourself slowly up. Bring the feet back to parallel so that there's no stress in your knees. And then take a pivot around. You're coming back into downward facing dog. So you turn to face the front edge of your mat. Nice steady transition. You plant your hands and you step back into your downward. Good. Again, all four corners root. And then you move your right foot a little bit closer to your left foot, so the right foot's on the midline, and you let the left leg slowly rise. You're looking for split dog. So yeah, feeling that the energy is coming from the ground up, really from your left hand, from the heel of your left hand all the way up and into the heel of your left foot. And then slowly bring this leg through. Now try and place it lightly in between your hands so you're coming into lunge. You reach back through your right heel. You bring your heart forward, basic lunge. You might like to take your fingertips away from the floor for a moment here and just feel the strength and stability in your feet and your legs. And then place the fingers down, shift the weight onto the left foot and let the right leg lift. Now, you can take this posture just as far as feels appropriate for you. So you might just want to stay here, keep it really easy. Try and charge your right leg so you push back into your right heel. If it feels okay for you, you can bring this a little bit further. Bring the right leg parallel to the floor. And if it feels really steady, you can bring yourself into warrior three. You take a breath. And then when you're ready, you step slowly back and into your mountain pose, your Shavasana posture, and you take a breath here. You feel the sensations through your feet and your legs. It's the left leg that you're going to feel most likely the most connection through. And then we're going to do that same sequence to the other side. So I'm just going to switch ends. You don't have to. And you'll stand on your right foot and take your left foot away from the floor. If you want to go further, you can. And take it into tree pose if it feels okay for you to go there. Really try and bury, it's your left heel this time, so really bury the left heel in the very top of your right thigh. Press your right thigh back towards your heel so you feel really stable here. And take a breath or two. Tail is drawing down. When it's enough, you step back and look for the foot pattern for your warrior two. So you're opening your pelvis towards the long edge of the mat in front of you, dropping down into both sit bones. Sometimes it really helps just to bring your hands into your hip creases. Try and feel that your hip creases are right underneath your armpits. Open your right hip. You can extend out through your arms, or you can keep the shoulders very relaxed. Keep your gaze steady, or you can close your eyes. You're bringing yourself up, turning your feet parallel. Thinking again about that forward fold. So really feel the feet here and be sure that you don't fall onto the inner edges of your feet or collapse your inner ankles. So keep the inner arches lifting. Inhale, lift your heart, lengthen. Exhale, fall forward. You release the head down. You might want to take an inhale, just lift and lengthen, create more space. And then back into your fold. Really stay connected through your feet. Keep spreading out your toes, adjusting your feet if you need to. So you feel your feet really imprinting in your mat. Take another breath or two here. Long inhale. And a long exhale. Good, we inhale halfway up. Exhale the hands to the hips. Inhale, bend the knees, press the feet and feel the energy coming all the way up. Turn the feet out a few degrees and drop down into your sit bones. Keep the heart lifting. Draw the knees back, open your inner leg lines. Another breath or two. One more. Good, when you're ready, you come up, turn the feet back to parallel. And then when you're ready, you take a turn towards the front edge of your yoga mat. Drop the hands down and step back into your yoga. Your left foot comes closer to your right foot and you take your right leg slowly up. So energy rises from the heel of your right hand all the way up through your right leg. Coming through for a lunge, so nice and slow. You just feel your strength in your center as you draw that leg through. You square your right hip back. Reach back through your left heel. Really firm into your feet and through your legs. You can take your hands away from the floor if it feels good for you to do that, just connecting to your strength. And then thinking about that transition into a floating warrior, a flying warrior. So you press into the right foot, the left heel lifts. Maybe just a tiny way. Charge your left leg, really push your left heel back. And it's through that strength that the leg might start to rise. Keep your fingertips on the floor if you need to. If you feel that you have your balance, you can bring your hands in front of your heart. Really kick back through that left leg. One more breath. Stepping into your mountain pose when you feel that you're ready. Good. And you can stand again for a moment in Tadasana, just close your eyes. You feel physically in your body the way the earth sustains and supports you. When you're ready, you turn your toes out a few degrees and you drop down into Malasana. So toes turn out, releasing down. If your heels don't easily drop, you can take a block or a rolled up blanket or some support underneath your heels so that you can feel the release down into your heels. It's that dropping, being able to let go into your heels that opens the hips and releases the lower back. So it doesn't matter so much if the heels are on the floor, but you want to be able to put the weight into the heels. And we take, again, just a few breaths here. You can stay in Malasana for as long as you like. If it's a posture that's comfortable for you, you might like to stay for another few breaths. And then release down and into your seat. Use the hands to help you if you need to, and bring the soles of your feet together. So you come into Baddha Konasana. You can use a block, maybe just to support. Sometimes it's enough just to have a little lift under the very back of your seat. And again, feel that your exhalations drop you down into your base, deepening your roots, your connection to earth. We can maybe extend our contemplation a little bit here, from the earth to the other beings, people and creatures that we share our planet with. And maybe there are ways in which we can do less harm here as well. Maybe there are ways we can give back here as well. Even simple things like keeping the wild flowers in the garden for the bees and the insects, or putting some food down for the birds. You can bow forward here if it feels within reach for you. Again, try not to push or pull. We don't want to uproot ourselves by creating any stress or strain, but just bowing forward again. You can bring yourself slowly back up And come onto your back here, so come into a semi-supine position. And just feel the way that you release down, the way that you connect here. Bring your feet more or less underneath your knees. Wiggle the toes a little bit and spread through your feet. And then press down into your feet and allow your hips to lift. Now, don't lift too far or too high to start with, just until you feel a very soft, easy edge, so there's no stress or strain. But then lift your heels and just come up and onto your toes, so you feel that you just awaken more into your feet. And then lower the heels down and just draw the toes up as the heels release down. And then spread out your toes. So you feel all four corners of your feet. You feel really rooted and connected through your feet. Send your next exhalation down into the feet, and maybe there's just a bit more rebound energy that allows you to lift and open your frontal space. Again, try and avoid stress or strain. Try not to let your knees fall out to the side, because if you drop the knees out, you're surely dropping onto the outer edges of your feet and not connecting fully, maybe through the big toe root, through the inner edge. So keep the feet aligned, keep the knees in line with your sit bones. You can put your fingertips down on the floor as well, and take one more breath here. And then slowly, just releasing down through your upper back, through your middle back, through the lower back, and into the floor. And here, feel the way that you sink down and into the floor, that the pelvis feels heavy, the sacrum imprints, the shoulders relax. Take a long breath. That you're really surrendering your body to the ground. Bring your knees in towards you. And take a breath. Maybe cradle rock. Just soothe out your back, your hips. And then when you're ready, drop down and into Shavasana. If you need to keep your legs bent, it's fine. If you need a bolster under your legs, it's fine. If you're taking your legs all the way down, take them wide. And then take the arms wide as well, so that you have space between your upper arms and your side ribs. Let your eyes close. And again, as you exhale, feel your body release, sinking into the ground. And you feel again the way the earth supports and holds you. While you're here in your Shavasana, take yourself to the places on earth where you feel the most relaxed. Maybe the beaches, maybe the woodland or the forest, maybe even your own back garden. You feel the cool earth, you feel soft breeze, you feel the warmth of the sun. And you connect to all of the things that you love. About the world that we live in. While you're here and you're receptive and grounded and aware, you could repeat your intention, your affirmation for ahimsa, for less harm, your intention to nourish the earth, to give back. And then you can take a deep breath, a big inhale, and sigh away, exhale. In your own time, you can stretch your body, release any tension, and bring yourself up to sitting, just slowly again, so you're still honouring that steady pace of earth, element, vibration that is slow and steady. When you are up, sitting cross-legged or in any seat that you're comfortable with, and just bring your hands over your heart. And tune into your gratitude. We offer up our gratitude to the world that we live in, their sustenance and nourishment that arises from the earth. And to all the beings, the creatures that we share our planet with. can bring your hands in front of your heart. Again, connect your head, your heart to the earth. And slowly up. Namaste. Have a lovely Earth Day. Thank you.